brick by brick. That's exactly what Stravar X's mantra is, and that's exactly apparently how this beer from Other Half was constructed. I got it from the man, the myth, the legend, Ridgeopolis, all New Zealand everything, and that man knows I love my New Zealand hops, as does he. We're going to crack this open and see what it's all about after the theme song. Welcome back into the Upstate Studio with yours truly, Nutmeg to Palmetto. And if you build your brand brick by brick, much like I've built mine, head on down to the description below, click the link, and use the code Nutmeg15, that is Nutmeg15, Nutmeg15, to get a discount off anything on the Stravar X account. So we got a beer review. It is from the man, the myth, the legend, Ridgeopolis, a big Other Half fan, as am I, and I sent him a little surprise care package. He sent me one in return, and he sent me this one because he was so enthralled by it, he knew I would be as well. It is called the Triple Dry Hopped All New Zealand Everything. And to give you a closer look at the can, not that it's a very fancy can, but we'll take a trip around Canada on the Shane can. So as you can see, all New Zealand everything, triple dry hopped Imperial India Pale Ale. On the side, we've got 8.5 alcohol by volume, 11% hop something. I can't read that last word. 11% hop something, and 8.5 alcohol by volume. The hops used: Riwaka, Nelson, Sauvin, and Nectaron, 3 hops that I find quite delicious. A hazy Imperial IPA, brewed entirely with hand-selected New Zealand hops. For New Zealand Hop Week, notes of intense citrus, peach, apricot, and dankness. So it sounds like dank and sounds like stone fruit. Big fan. They are Other Half, of course, originally out of Brooklyn. On Untapped, the ABV is confirmed at 8.5. There's actually a fair amount of check-ins, 1,348, 1,241 unique, and 1,151 ranked, 4.32. So very hearty and respectable, especially amongst a decent sample size. If it's all New Zealand everything, it has to be 3 of New Zealand's most famous hops: Riwaka, Nelson, Sauvin, and Nectaron. This beer has intense notes of sweet citrus and stone fruit, with some good old New Zealand dankness, and the pictures look like it's going to be very bright in yellow. Well, some of them do, some of them angled up, whatever it is, what it is. We all know we're artists. There's some nonsense we tell ourselves. So anyway, there's not too much else to go over, so we'll get right to it and give an ode to One Flight Down with a shakluk. Woo, launch that one somewhere. Hard pour, 'cause you know where you're at. And the dankness is already coming through in a big way on the aroma. That fizz, bubble up. Alright. Get that to settle down a little bit. Pretty close to a diaper white head. The yellow orangeness on the color. It is a little bit of a thinner yellow towards the bottom, but for the most part, it's a pretty dense, bright yellow-orange note. Ooh. There is a slight dank note to the aroma. However, it's being very much overtaken by those stone fruit notes. The apricot, a little bit of melon. Well, melon, I guess, wouldn't be a stone fruit, but there is a little bit of a melon note, I would say. Definitely a lot of apricot and peach. Peach, that's what I was trying to get. Yeah, a lot of peach and a lot of apricot. Well, thank you, Ridge brother, and it smells delectable. So cheers. Let's not waste any more time. That is a dank boy. That is Very, very, extremely, dare I say, dank. So much so, that's kind of all you're getting. Very, very dank beer. I'm trying to pull out some kind of a fruit note. It's very, very difficult behind all that dankness. It's extremely hoppy dank beer. It's something thin. It's a thinner fruit note, so maybe the peach. Because apricot, usually when you taste apricot, you know it's apricot. And yes, I'm saying apricot, 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 apricot. So a bit of that thinness in there. So I'm going to go more peach on the flavor. But it's very, very hard to pick out what particular stone fruit or tropical fruit note is in there because it is just so dank. Well, they obviously built this with a lot of dankness, brick by brick, hop by hop, New Zealand hop by hop. And if your brand is built brick by brick, if your life is built brick by brick, head on down to the description and click the link. Use code NUTMEG15, NUTMEG15, NUTMEG15 for 15% off anything at Strabar X. And Ridge, thank you again. This is very, very tasty. And let me say it again, very, very dank. Cheers, friends. See you next time.